Leafs win.
There we
That's
go.
the game.
Game number 1 in the books.
Game number 2 and game number 3. We're recapping all three. Our weekly recap. This is our first ever episode of our brand new series, the FLR series, the Frogan Leafs reaction series. Here's the image. We've even created a new logo for it. So we're basically just going to be doing weekly recaps of all the games. We can't do a recap after every game because of our school, but we can do a weekly recap, and that's what we're going to do of every game.
So now let's get into the first game.
So yeah, let's cue that intro.
First period, we got 3 goals, which is great, but 2 of them belonged to the Montreal Canadiens, which is sort of sad.
Yeah.
So the first goal coming from Nick Suzuki. This kid is gonna be good, and apparently the Montreal Canadiens, Pierre-Luc Dubois wants to go to Montreal, his first destination. So Nick Suzuki, Kotkaniemi, they look like they're gonna be Columbus's targets for Pierre-Luc Dubois in return.
Yeah.
Which is not very good. I wouldn't do it if I was Mark Bergevin, because that is not a good move. William Nylander scores 1, gets on the board for the Leafs early. Then assists coming from Hall and Tavares. The first goal from Nick Suzuki came from Jonathan Drouin and Jeff Petrie. First goal, the third goal, belonged to Josh Anderson. First goal of his season as a Montreal Canadian, as a Hab. First goal for him. It's a great accomplishment after having 2 goals in the previous season because dealing with some injuries.
So that makes it 2-1 Montreal. Then we got the second period. We got Thomas Tatar on the Canadiens, making it a 3-1 lead for them on a power play goal. And then we have William Nylander making it 3-2, 2-3 Toronto, also on a power play goal. And John Tavares tying it 3-3, also on a power play goal. All power play goals in the second period.
So there's a lot of power play. Also, the Nick Suzuki goal in the first period was a power play goal. So this was a very rough game.
Mm-hmm.
Then Josh Anderson gets his second of the game, making the lead go from 3-3 to 4-3 Montreal in their favor.
Which is not good. We were
not good.
It's 4-3.
And Joel Edmondson, first assist of the game, first assist as a Hab. Then Jimmy Vesey gets his first as a Maple Leaf. Jimmy Vesey going on the board. There we go. Tying the game 4-4. Then
it's our first game back, and it's already in overtime. This was like very nerve-wracking because 1 goal and that's it. You can win or lose. So we were like, go big or go home. So,
yeah.
And
then Morgan Riley puts 1 in. John Tavares getting the assist. Also Matthews getting the assist, which is amazing. And he scores the game winner. That
5-4 Toronto. So that's our first game, winning it on Wednesday, January 13th.
Let's see some stats here. Shots on goal, 32 for Montreal, 34 for the Maple Leafs, so they got that favor. Penalty power play goals. Montreal was 2 for 3, and the Maple Leafs was 2 for 4.
Mm-hmm.
Penalty minutes was 13 to 11 in Montreal's favor, which is not good. Then Montreal had 32 hits to
almost double, more than double.
To the Maple Leafs 14 hits. Then the Montreal had 22 blocks and to the Maple Leafs 17 blocks. And that was pretty much it.
Then the next game we got Friday, January 15th.
The Leafs going in 1-0 and the Senators starting off their season. So let's see if they win. Zach Hyman gets on the board early in the game. Assist coming from Tavares and Nylander on a power play goal, making the score 1-0 Toronto. That is an amazing start.
And
then Thomas Chabot, first of the season, coming from Norris and Matheson, tying the game 1-1 on a penalty power play goal.
And then the second period was very intense. Kerfoot scoring a goal, and Hall with the assist, and McCann with the assist, making it 2-1 Toronto. So then we took the lead, and then Ottawa had to score 3 more goals. One coming from Brady Tkachuk, one coming from Austin Watson, one coming from Chris Tierney, making the game 4-2 Ottawa. Not good.
So now, then Derek Stepan has to score another one. Assist coming from Tkachuk and Matheson. 5-2 Ottawa Senators. Then John Tavares makes some light in a power play goal. 7 minutes and 7 seconds into the third period, making the score 5-3 Ottawa Senators, and that was pretty much the game.
Unassisted. It was his own shot, but at least he got us a 5-3, not 5-2. 5-2 wouldn't have been so good. But yeah, that was a sad loss. But you know what? It's Ottawa season opener. I was thinking, you know what? Let's give it to Ottawa. They took the win. They will be happy for them. It's their season opener. And then we have yesterday's game, January 16th, Saturday.
So the Leafs come into this game. So at the beginning of the last game, they had a slow start and they put the foot off the gas pedal.
I think Friday's game didn't go too well. They were all over the place. I didn't think they played well. They didn't really do too well, but we were looking for the bounce back in game 3, and that's what we did.
And then, first off, Nick Paul for the Ottawa Senators scores from assist coming from Nikita Zaitsev and Connor Brown, making the score 1-0 Ottawa. Then Jumbo Joe, an assist coming from Marner and Brody. Jumbo's first goal as a Toronto Maple Leafs must feel good for him. Tying the game 1-1. So let's go. We're in this to win it. Then Mitch Marner, an assist coming from Matthews, making the score 2-1 Maple Leafs. Let's go.
And then in the third period, Matthews finally in the third game scores his first goal of the season, making it 3-1 Toronto. It was a power play goal, assisted by Marner and Thornton. And then Tim Stützle gets his first goal, first NHL career goal. So that's congratulations to him. That was a well-deserved goal, first career goal. But he made it 3-2. But in the end, we still won. Leafs win the game, right for the bounce back. What an amazing game. And Thornton, Marner, and Matthews, that 3 lineup, they all, that 3 lineup, all of those players got their first goals of the season. And Thornton getting his first goal on the Maple Leafs.
So let's see some stats here. 40 shots on goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the Senators, a whopping 19 shots on goal. So obviously this is a favor for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Then we were 1 for 4 on the power play.
They were 0 for 5.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Then the Leafs, 10 penalty minutes to Senators 8 penalty minutes.
There were some interesting penalties in this game. There was a 4-on-4, which was intense. There was a 5-on-3, which was also, I was hoping they would score in the 5-on-3. They didn't, but we still won anyways. So I think the Leafs got to work a bit more on our power plays. We did have quite a bit of power play goals last game, but this game we only had 1 power play goal with Matthews, and they had a lot of power play chances. There was a 4-on-4, a 5-on-3. in our favor. So I don't know, but yeah. So that's all our game recaps. Now let's get some news for the next games this week. We're gonna discuss what's happening. So the next games
is Winnipeg, Edmonton, and Edmonton, all at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah, all of them are at home in the Scotiabank Arena at Toronto. But something interesting that's happened for tomorrow's game against Winnipeg. We got some news for you here.
The Jets suspended their practice on Saturday due to a COVID-19 related issue. Maybe a possible exposure, so to speak.
Exactly. But then
they finally returned to the practice.
Resumed today.
Yes. And they, before leaving for Toronto for Monday's game against the Maple Leafs. Now, an interesting thought is what I thought, is that Patrick Laine left practice early, being unable to warm up properly because, I don't know, something with his hip. And Paul Maurice says it's too early to list him day to day. But that is an interesting thought because Patrick Laine is a big piece of the Jets. So we'll see if he's okay on Monday's game.
They're saying here that if he's not okay tomorrow, then he won't be playing against Toronto tomorrow. So that's a good thing for us. We have an advantage there. And then they're also reporting that defenseman Dylan DeMello will not make the trip to Toronto and will instead remain in Winnipeg with his wife and new baby. So I guess he's got a newborn baby. Congratulations to him. But
it's a big loss for
Winnipeg.
The Winnipeg Jets because that's a blue liner, that's a defenseman, that's key.
And here's another one. Fellow blue liner Tucker Poolman is also unavailable as he remains on COVID-19 protocol. That's a third player that well, actually, two definite players are not coming, with a third on possibly. So far we got 5 players that are not going to be attending.
Brian Little out with an ear injury. Anton Forsberg due to a COVID-related issue. Harkins with a day-to-day undisclosed. Tucker Poolman out with a COVID-19 related issue. And then Dominic with an undisclosed injury.
And in the Maple Leafs, all we got is Robinson
day-to-day
for his knee injury. It's sad, but because he's going to be out for a little bit. But Robertson isn't. He's not one of he's on our he was on our taxi squad, but then they moved him up for yesterday's game. So
the Maple Leafs reportedly put Aaron Dell and Jason Spezza on waivers Sunday.
Today.
And Spezza came out with a report from his agent, said Spezza will retire if he's claimed off waivers from any other team, because this 37-year-old previously made it clear that he wants to end his career with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And his agent told him exactly what he said. He'll simply retire. He has no problem.
So basically, he's saying that he's on waivers, and if a team tries to claim him for their team, he's gonna just retire. He's gonna say, "You want me?" and I retire. So that's basically a message to other teams saying that if you think you can get Spezza, you won't, because as soon as you try to, he's gonna retire. So he wants to end his career with the Leafs, which is a good thing. I like that. So they opted to begin the season with Dell on the active roster and as a third goalie alongside Anderson and Campbell, which, by the way, Campbell did a very good job last night's game. He performed very good. So what a great backup goalie we have there.
Freddie had the night off, yes.
Yes, he had the night off due to intense workout that day. But like I said, Campbell was actually a pretty good goalie. So if Anderson, anything unfortunate were to happen, or sometimes in regular season, you don't always have your starting goalie play every game. So that was a good thing. But because of the cap crunch due to Robertson's injury, they had to do this waiving of Dell and Spezza to create cap space, and they have to recall another forward. So. It's going to be an interesting game tomorrow. See what happens.
That's it for today's video, guys. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and leave that notification bell rung, and everything will be okay.
Comment down below if you're excited for future episodes of the FLR series. We're super excited for the Frogan Leafs reaction series. And also, did you notice something different? Is there something different about this?
We got the posters up in here. This
we
one
have-
wants
we're-
to fall.
Yeah, this one's supposed to fall, so I'm leaning on it right now.
Um,
We're in a different studio, so now we got 2 studios.
So
So we're gonna be changing up every week our studio to make it more interesting, and we got a background to make it more interesting for our Leafs games. So we hope this spices up. Let us know in the comments if you like our new studio to change it up a bit. And yeah, so that's it for today's video, and we'll see you next week for another episode of FLR.
peace.